Good morning, wonderful person. This is Chris for the Informed Stoner, and it's Friday morning, and this is our morning news segment. Today's morning news segment is brought to us by The Guardian. The UN calls for immediate Russian withdrawal from Ukraine. Well, now that's an awesome headline, and it'd be amazing if it happened, but what's the chances? Resounding vote before the anniversary of the war sees 141 countries condemning Russian invasion with 7 against and 32 abstentions. 32 abstentions. Oh, I wonder who those were. The UN has overwhelmingly voted to call for Russia to immediately and unconditionally withdraw from Ukraine, marking 1 year since Moscow's invasion by calling for a comprehensive, just, and lasting peace. Well, yeah, everybody would love a just and lasting peace, but, everyone's got to agree to it. It's not going to just happen just because the UN says so. Unfortunately, the aggressors here have to agree with it too. Applause broke out with the results when the results were announced. Resolution on Thursday night saw 141 countries in favor, 7 against, and 3 abstentions, including China. Ooh, kind of seen that one coming, didn't we? Especially if you've seen some of the other reports we've done here. Russia had worked hard to try and end its isolation by blaming the West for pouring arms into the region and by pointing to the growing hunger crisis and blamed on Western sanctions. Well, there may very well be growing hunger crisis, but that's war, right? Unfortunately, we don't want to see more of it. But Ukraine's allies, for their part, had tried to maximize consolations, and in the resolution put a heavy emphasis on the willingness of Ukraine to seek dialogue. Ukraine was also persuaded to remove planned references to taking the Russian leadership to a special tribunal for committing war crimes. Is that something that probably should happen? Maybe. Why don't you guys tell me below? What do you guys think? Several speakers said such a move would only make the search for peace more elusive. Okay, well, I could see that, but people should be punished for crimes, whatever they may be. However, Ukraine's allies failed to improve on numbers seen in the last vote on the issues in October, immediately after Russia annexed republics in the east of Ukraine. In the vote, 143 countries backed the resolution, with 5 against and 35 abstentions. How many times are they going to tell us this? Ukraine's Foreign Minister Dmitry Kuleba said, by voting in favor of today's UN General Assembly resolution, 141 UN member states made it clear that Russia must end its illegal aggression. Ukraine's territorial integrity must be restored. 1 year after Russia's launched its full-scale invasion, global support for Ukraine remains strong. Again, if Russia doesn't agree with this, I don't think they're going to listen. Sad to say. I wish they would. Among the big countries abstaining on Thursday, Thailand? Wow, Thailand. Didn't think they would abstain. Said it did not want to become involved in morality play, adding that billions of bystanders were bearing the brunt of the war. Well, that's probably not wrong, but still, I don't know. South Africa stressed that the principles of territorial integrity in the UN Charter were sacrosanct, and applied in the case of Ukraine, but claimed the resolution would not advance the cause of peace. The Chinese deputy envoy to the UN, Dai Bing, said the West was throwing fuel onto the fire by arming Ukraine, and that would only exacerbate tensions, he said. Maybe, maybe not. Obviously, it's going to exacerbate tensions, but it's allowing these people supposedly to defend themselves, right? Leading the abstention camp, he claimed, 1 year into the Ukraine crisis, the conflict is still grinding on and growing in scale, wreaking havoc to countless lives. The spillover effect is intensifying. We are deeply worried about this. China's position on the Ukraine issue is consistent and clear. The sovereignty and territorial integrity of all countries should be respected. The purpose and the principles of the UN Charter should be observed. And the legitimate security concerns of all countries should be taken seriously. So the Chinese diplomat literally just said the sovereignty and territorial integrity of all countries should be respected. Huh? Yeah, I agree with this statement. But do they? I don't know. His remarks provoked a powerful rebuttal, rebuttal from Annalena Baerbock, the German foreign minister. Man, I butcher people's names, and I'm so sorry for that. I do apologize. Rejecting his claim that the West was indulging in military spending at the expense of other priorities more important to ordinary people. She said it was suspicious to claim the military aid was worsening the crisis, since it was if the West did not supply aid, the aggressor would be free to capture Ukraine and destroy the UN Charter. Yeah, exactly, that's what I was saying. It's allowing them to defend themselves. If they had no aid or no help, then they would just get steamrolled, and yeah, there would be no UN Charter intact. Yeah, I agree. Because the UN Security Council, which is charged with maintaining international peace and security, is paralyzed by Russia's veto power. The General Assembly has become the most important UN body dealing with Ukraine. The General Assembly resolutions are not legally binding, unlike Security Council resolutions. They serve as a useful barometer for the world opinion. Okay, so Russia can veto power in the Security Council, but so they're trying to push their thoughts and agendas through the General Assembly. Well, okay. I mean, you got to get your message through however you can. Catherine Colonna, the French, again, I apologize, foreign minister, on many European foreign ministries one of many European foreign ministers to travel to New York for the debt prior. Folks, let me start this again. The French foreign minister, one of many European foreign ministers to travel to New York for the debate prior to the vote, warned that those that abstained would in fact be siding with the aggressor. I mean, that's kind of a way to try and call people in. Is it necessarily true, though? I mean, if you just want to stay neutral, you want to stay neutral, right? I mean, I don't think that necessarily means you're siding with the aggressor. That just means you ain't want none of the business. She said none could sleep easy in a world with such a great power, one with nuclear weapons and a permanent Security Council member. Could it, its own discretion, decide to attack its neighbors? Russia is trying to convince some of you that its attempts to upset the world order and impose a strength-based order will work in their favor. This is an illusion. The facts bear this out. It was Russia and Russia alone that wanted the war. Well, we definitely know that Russia is the aggressor as perceived by the most of the world. I mean, there are probably some people who see otherwise or something. I don't know. But Russia's the one that is taking territory from Ukraine. Whatever the reasons, whatever their thoughts, that's what's going on. That's what they're trying to do. So, the Ukrainians definitely need aid. The common people of the Ukraine do not deserve any of this. They're just trying to live their lives. But I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about in the comments below. Like, subscribe, help me out. That'd be great to help grow this channel. I really like doing these news stories and would love to, have a conversation with you guys. All right. Have a nice day and have a wonderful Friday morning and a great weekend.